Hey paper dolls, it's Madeline. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so at the end of the last video, we were working on finishing the embellishments of this altar playing card, and we added this pretty charm. And I was gluing this lace on the back to make a pocket, and that worked really great with the Fabri-Tac. I mean, the pocket is on there. I just think this looks so good. I was very happy with that, how that came out. So I wanted to show you guys that. And then the next thing I really wanted to do was show you guys how I make faux rice paper. So I went back into my napkin stash and I grabbed out this really pretty napkin. This is one of my newer napkins. And I love how everything is, you know, facing one direction. So I really wanted to make some faux rice paper with this because, I mean, that would look gorgeous in a journal or, you know, I don't know. I just love this napkin. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm taking my double-sided tape, which is my favorite way to peel the layers off a napkin so we can get to just the thinnest layer. And there goes another one for our faux rice paper, because in my experience, you know, that's really, you get the best result when you work with just the thinnest layer of napkin. Okay, and so now that I have prepped my napkin, I have got off to the side here my mixture of glue, white glue, water, and Mod Podge. I don't know why I can't say that. And this is my cereal box liner. And I'm going to go ahead and just start to paint some of my glue, water, and Mod Podge mixture on my cereal box liner. And I make this with about 1/3 of each, but really you just want to, you know, go through and add your ingredients until it's a good consistency you like. I find that this kind of thinner, a little bit thinner, works good. But the more times you do this and play around with it, you know, you'll figure out just the best formula that works great for you. Okay, so now I've got some of my glue down. So I'm going to take my napkin now and just set this right on top of this. And I like to have a few wrinkles, so I am not getting too worried about making it super flat. I do, however, go around and just kind of do a light press, so it'll go ahead and sort of stick a little bit to the glue. And down here, I didn't put enough glue underneath the napkin, so I'm going to come down here and add a little bit more glue underneath, just to make sure all the edges have got the glue on the one side. Okay. All right. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm just kind of going around the edges here with a little bit of my glue mixture and just kind of making sure they're down. And then I'm going to go back with my paintbrush, and I usually start in the center and just kind of work my way out, quadrant at a time on the napkin. And I try to be kind of light-handed with the brush. You don't really want to give, you know, be too rough with it, or you could tear your napkin, which is really not that big of a deal. But, you know, in the case of this napkin that has this really gorgeous design, I would, you know, prefer for it not to be torn. So I'm going to do this as lightly as I can. Okay. I'm going to go back over here and do this side as light as I can, like this. So hope you guys are having a good day today. Today is a Friday for me, so yay, weekend. I play tennis, and I had a tennis match this morning, and so that was fun. And I feel like it's something that I'm a part of a team, and I do it really just to, I mean, honestly, when I'm not working or momming, to get out of the craft room and, you know, get some exercise or whatever, because otherwise I would just stay in my craft room all day. But it is fun and good social, and it's real, like a real easy, laid back soft court tennis league. So it is really, really fun. And it is a gorgeous day. It's April, and we had some really warm days, and then we had a cold front come through, and we had some cooler weather, and now it's just sort of a not too hot, super sunny day. Just really, really pretty. Like one of those days where I want to leave my back door open in the afternoon just to get, you know, the fresh air and whatnot through the house. It's not really so humid, and there's not like a ton of bugs yet. It's just one of those kind of perfect days that don't happen so often where I live. So it's nice. Got to go in a minute and pick up my son from school. He is going to be 16 in a few weeks, and I just cannot believe it. I'm so excited for him, and also I just can't believe how quickly it all happens when they grow up. But we've got to practice driving more before he can go do his test, because he needs some practice. And he's not a bad driver. He's a pretty good driver, but, you know, I just think the more practice, the better. Okay, so I have coated my napkin now with a good coat of glue, and I'm going to move this to the side. And I already have completed a faux rice paper napkin a few days ago, and so I have it here, and it's been sitting out and drying, and this is what it looks like now that I've completed, or I've let it dry. And so I'm just going to carefully go around the edges and just sort of kind of start to lift it away from that cereal box liner. Okay. Just to, you know, make sure that you don't rip it and tear it too much. Okay. I'm going to go around like this, and I'm going to start to pull that cereal box liner away. And this is the result. You have faux rice paper. I mean, look how cool that is. And I have honestly, in the past, I have bound this into journals. You can use it for decorating items. It's just such a fun thing to have, and it's just so unique, and I just love the process of making them. And I mean, I usually don't have any trouble like just folding it in half or doing whatever. So that's what it's going to look like when you're finished. Okay. Also, in the last video, we did some decoupage on a guest check, and I was very happy with how this turned out. I mean, how cool is that? I just think that is so pretty. Just love the way that turned out. Okay, so that kind of ends the napkin portion of what I was going to do in this video. And y'all, please let me know if you have any questions. You know, I'm always here, you know, to help you out, answer questions, anything you need. So now I am going to grab a time card, and I thought it would be fun to work with some of my Tim Holtz collage paper, and just, you know, do some decoupage on a time card and just see how it comes out. So if you're not familiar with this, it's really thin, kind of like a really thin tissue paper. So I'm going to just kind of trim a piece out. And I will say you get a pretty decent amount in a roll, and I've used this before. Let me get it wrapped back up, put back in its little container. And so I'm going to, the same thing, wash and repeat, guys. Just take a little bit of my glue and just do a light coat over the top of my time card. And honestly, this is a technique that I think is super fun, but it did take me, you know, several tries to figure out the method I liked best. And so, you know, don't get frustrated with yourself if you start to do this and you don't like the way it's coming out, you know. Give yourself a little grace and just practice on it. Oh, look how cute this is going to look. Y'all, that is going to look so cute. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, and I am more careful to conserve scraps of this product than my napkins. So I'm going to just take some of this and put it to the side. So I may use it for something else. Actually, I have an idea we may do right now together in just a second. So then I'm going to take my mixture, and I just go over the top again, super light. And it is a little bit more, what was I going to say? It's not as delicate as a napkin when you're decoupaging with the Tim Holtz papers. So you can be just a little bit more heavy-handed. I mean, I still wouldn't be crazy rough with it, but all right. So there's that. And I have actually never done this before. So I want to take just a little piece of this and see what it would look like to do the faux rice paper technique with it. And just put it down and put a little bit of this on top. And yeah, I don't think I've ever done that before, so I'm very curious to see how that is going to turn out. And that's very interesting. And then I thought that we could do a guest check together and see how that turns out. So we will do a guest check over here, and let's see. And I do want to do a playing card, so I will probably get a playing card out in just a second. All right, and then, okay, again, we're just going to start out with some glue. All right, and then, oops, I'm going to go in with my, I think I want that really pretty flower down here in the corner. So then I'm just going to go in with my paper. And you guys, it may not even be necessary, honestly, to go back and do a coat on top, but I kind of like the way it looks. So I'm going to do that, but I don't think it's particularly necessary. I mean, I think this stuff is just, it's designed to, you know, just kind of glue down in your, or, you know, put down in your projects or whatever. Okay, there we go. So that's fun. So that is our, oh, let me grab a card real fast, a playing card. Let's see. You know what? I've got this really pretty black and pink one. And y'all, I think that would be really pretty with this on top of it, don't you? Okay, let's do it. I'm going to put a few pieces together and layer it and see what happens then. Okay, so again, just a little bit of our glue mixture. And then let me get this like that. And then I'm gonna put this down here next to it because I do love this font. These words are so, I love the font. Let's just see how it works. Never tried this before, so let's just see how it does. Okay, and then I'm just gonna trim off a little bit off the end here. Okay, so that, now we have worked with our Tim Holtz collage paper on some items, and of course you could do it over a full sheet of paper or whatever, but you know, it's smaller than a napkin, so it would take a lot more. But let me go ahead and put this to the side, and then I have one more thing. I want to try another medium, and that is, I've got out my tissue paper that I love. And I've gotten two out. I've gotten this tissue paper out, and then I have this tissue paper. So let's go ahead, let me get another cereal box liner. Okay, and I think we should do a couple, or we'll do a time card again, and then maybe a guest check or two with this and see how it comes out. Okay, and then we will go from there. All right, so again, I'm gonna start out and do a light kind of coat of my glue mixture. And then I'm going to go in with my tissue paper. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do this exactly, but we'll just take this corner here. Well, I guess I know how I want to do it. I don't know which section part I want to use, and there's a little hole right there, but that's okay. I'm not so worried about it. And let's see, my scissors and give this a good trim. Okay. Oh, that's gonna look so pretty. So now we'll just go over the top. And then I'm actually, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking that I want to come back with another little piece and maybe kind of do a little patch on that hole. See how it does. Okay. All right, let me grab out, let me tear off a little piece to use for a patch. Okay, and I'm just gonna put that right there and then go over it, and we will see how that comes out. Okay, so now let's move on to our guest check. And let's try some of this tissue paper. I think this one might be easier if I just went ahead and did a trim before getting it on there. So, let's see. Here we go. And again, you're just gonna get that on and go back over the top with your glue. Okay, that is going to be so cute too. I'm really excited about that one. That's going to be super cute. And then I do, last time in my first video, we did a piece of music paper, and I think it would be fun to do a piece of music paper again with this. So let me grab a piece of music paper, and let's use this over here. And you know what I want to do with this one? I'm just thinking of this as I'm doing this. Again, y'all know me, we're going to craft on the fly. I'm going to rip it up and kind of put it down, sort of like a patchwork, but just kind of put some random pieces down, layer them, and see how that turns out. Yeah, this will be a fun experiment. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I want to try it. Okay. So I'm going to start up here in the corner and just kind of maybe in my mind, I'm thinking of this page in fourths. Again, like I did before. And I'm just going to rip off little pieces and lay them down. And I don't care if they are hanging off the edge or not. Okay. Let's see, that's too big a wrinkle. I like a wrinkle, but that one's a little too big. Okay. And this might be actually a little bit better or nicer or more interesting if we decided to do a cover out of this one. That might be more interesting than just a regular, you know, something that's more flat. Okay, there we go. All right. It's sticking to my fingers. Okay, let's do this piece up here. Go over it. Okay, cute. Put this piece in here. Cute. And I wonder, what would it, no, I don't know that I want to mix that. This piece has got words on it. So let's put this here. And I'm kind of trying to work fast within this section of the paper that I'm doing this in, because I don't want my glue to get too dry. Where I still have to like fill in holes and whatnot, you know. Okay, let's see. We need to fill in a few more little places, and then we can move on. Yeah. Let's see. Get this here. Let's see if I can just do all that. Yep, that's better. Okay. Cute. Right. Let's do a little bit here, and then another piece here. Okay, cute. Okay, I'm kind of liking where this is going. Now, I think it might be better if I did slightly bigger pieces. So maybe let's try a few slightly bigger pieces and just see what happens. Okay. Like maybe do a piece like this. And then like put this down here in the corner. Okay. Oops, too rough. Okay, teeny tiny little hole. And put a little teeny tiny little piece. There we go. All right. And then let's do this piece down here. So, I was watching, you know, poking around on YouTube the other night, watching some stuff, and you guys will never guess what popped up just in my YouTube feed. Does anybody remember the series Pan Am? I think it's from like 2011 or something. It's a little bit older, but it's basically the story of Pan Am, the airline, in the 1960s. It's set in 1963. And oh my goodness, I remember watching a few episodes when it first came out. And I just thought it was really interesting. And at the time, my real job, I work in the tech field, but a lot of it is in aerospace. And I wasn't even working, you know, in this job yet, and I loved it. But after working in aerospace for a little while, oh my goodness, and seeing this, I mean, it was so good. It was so good. I just loved the show. I mean, I remember liking it back then, but oh buddy, I got right back in it. And I couldn't get all the episodes on YouTube. I think there's somewhere I can go purchase them maybe. But I did see the pilot is definitely out there. And then like some of the later episodes are definitely on YouTube. But it was just so interesting to me. So interesting. What a fun time to be alive. It was when the big Pan Am building was in New York City, and Kennedy was president, and it was when flying was just an experience, you know, like very luxurious, everybody dressed up, and so fun. And this is really interesting. Margot Robbie, who, you know, Barbie, was on the show. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's Margot Robbie. And I just think she's a great actress. And then Christina Ricci was on the show, and just some other actors and actresses that I recognized, but I can't, you know, like I can't place them immediately, but I know I've seen them. There was one guy who I know was in Ozark. I don't know if y'all watched Ozark. I think it was a show on Netflix, if any of you guys watched that. But anyway, and they were just all so young and cute, and it was such a good show. And they canceled it after one season, so there's only one season of it, but I just have really enjoyed going back and watching these episodes of that show. So much fun. Just such a fun time. Anyway, okay, let me get a little bit more to finish that up. Let's see, I need some music. I'm going to rip some of this over here. Yeah, so it was, I really, really enjoyed watching that again. They talk about JFK getting assassinated. It shows, you know, the day that happened for all of the characters on the show. And, you know, like it talks about Haiti and just a lot of historical events, which I love shows that bring in, you know, real historical events into it and tie that in. I just think, I like it. Like, I don't know if any of y'all watch The Crown, but, you know, it's not identical, like exactly how it was, but, you know, having some tie-ins with the, what really happened, I just think I just love it. Anyway, great show. If y'all are looking for something to watch, I know you can see the pilot on YouTube for sure. But I'm going to have to figure out a way to watch the rest of it. All right, guys, so we are almost finished with this. And I'm going to put this off to the side. And I'm going to let it dry. And I'm going to go ahead, I think, and stop the video for today and let some things that we've worked on dry. And then after everything's dry, I think I'll spend the last video just showing you guys, if anyone's interested, on things you can do with the items that we've made. You know, things you can do with rice paper, things you can, you know, ways you can like add to the things you've made and whatnot, and just kind of make them interesting, just some things that I like. So anyway, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you in our final episode of the series. Bye.